Yo, coming back at you. We got about 18 minutes left and shit, and we ain't gonna be on there that long though. Yo, so here's the thing, man. We just came back from the Unite the Right rally and shit. Man, these bitch ass motherfuckers, yo. We had that whole entire intersection shut the fuck down. And truth be told, Antifa was out there, but yo, most of the motherfuckers out there was Black Lives Matter and random black people just from around the neighborhood. So, I mean, say what the fuck you want to say. Antifa came ready for war though. The motherfuckers had goddamn helmets and shit, riot gear, shields, all kinds of ill shit, and they had backpacks on, so they had some shit in them backpacks too. Then they started backing the fucking cops down with shopping carts and pushing them bitches back with signs. The cops was backing down too.
Yo, man. I thought, that's how you, them Antifa, man, them boys was not, they wasn't playing. They wasn't playing. They
was not joking at all, man. But yo, all in all, we shut down the entire intersection. They had to shut down mad streets. The alt-right's plan was to drive through a certain way, get to the White House and shit, make their little hate speech, and then go back to, I think they came from Foggy Bottom. Is that where it was? Yeah. Foggy Bottom and shit. The motherfuckers left Foggy Bottom and did not get any further than that. We shut that first intersection down and shut that shit all the way up. Yo, on the way down the bitch, me and Troy encountered this motherfucking white dude was following us and shit. Yeah, he was like on his phone. He was doing something. I think dude was a plant. He saw me and Troy, you know, black dudes, and we was talking about oppression and shit. So dude started following us. So like when I first turned around and noticed him, I was like, yo, Troy, is this motherfucker following us? Yo, just like stopped in his tracks and got on his phone again, and then like did a U-turn and went back the way he came and shit. So he was definitely scouting. So they had I'll let you tell them about when you talk to Antifa and shit.
Oh yeah, man, I hollered at them, man, and the thing about them, I talked to a couple of cats, and one thing they were saying, man, was like, you know, I really just wanted to understand their angle, because really when you talk about Nazism, you talk about fascism, you talk about racism, for the most part, and you talk about the KKK and all this other stuff, for the most part, it ain't really them. Like, they not really the ones having to deal with it, because they white, 99% of them, you know what I'm saying?
There's a few black heads up in there though.
It was a couple, but for the most part. So it's like, you know, I just wanted to understand why they felt to be violent toward dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so invested in it to that level? What are you trying to do? And he was explaining, you know, that when they're able to link up and meet up, then, you know, they can recruit. And, you know, the more people, if you allow them to do what they're going to do, they recruit more people. And then they're violent, you know what I'm saying? Damn.
Mashing the gas and shit. Sure. Go ahead.
Which to me, got that shit. Which to me is like, I don't think that's a good plan at all. Because, like, if you really want to stop racial violence, it ain't. That shit didn't start with alt-right rallies. Like, the cornerstone of that shit ain't alt-right rallies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even that. All you really gonna do is stop them, which is cool, but it's like, that's not the effective way to go about doing it. And this old lady came up to me on the street, kind of asking about them. And she said, like,
I ain't trust that lady, though. I think she was up to some shit, too, for real.
Nah, I think she was just an old lady. But she was saying, like, don't they realize, like, the way they look is intimidating to a person from the outside looking in who is not a racist? They look at you and they like, well, y'all look crazy. I don't, like, how could y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't look like y'all standing for the right thing or something that people could get behind either, you know what I'm saying? If you don't really know. So, you know, I can understand that, and not to make it like, you know, too critical on that shit, but one time when I was getting, you know, I had to bark on niggas to tell them to stop throwing shit. It started to make me mad.
Oh, that was towards the end and shit.
Yeah, but it's like, yo, nigga, like, yo, fam, like, y'all gotta relax with all of that, But
I kind of saw it different, honestly, and I told him this when I was there. I was like, yo, I don't really give a flying fuck about them throwing shit at cops for two reasons. One, these motherfuckers are protecting the Nazis personally. And I'm like, yo, fuck that, first off. And then fuck, second off, a lot of these motherfuckers are, again, we know law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacy as per the FBI. With that said, I'm like, yo, fuck it, y'all deal with that shit then. And the motherfuckers that was throwing shit was Antifa. But I do understand where he was coming from. He was basically saying like, yo, if they start shooting, they're gonna start shooting the black motherfuckers, which is true. Like, yo, it was more black people there protesting than it was white people and shit, for what I seen and with the footage I have and me being an eyewitness there. So I agree with that part, but I mean, you know. So anyway, like, yo, we went down to join and shit, and they blocked the whole street off where the Nazis were supposed to be coming from. And we waited for these bitches like 3 hours, yo. Like, maybe, it probably was about a good almost 2 hours on just standing around waiting for these motherfuckers to come and pull up. But they never pulled up. They never pulled up at all. And they blocked this whole section off, and it was just, it was crazy, man. Y'all motherfuckers talk all this shit about, you know, being Aryan guards and shit, and ready to shoot motherfuckers up. And then y'all bitched up. Y'all lost. And y'all motherfuckers over there calling us niggers and this and niggas and that and whatever like that. Y'all motherfuckers took an L. Like, yo, you mad because you took a fucking L. Like, y'all motherfuckers failed. Y'all talking about, yo, this is, y'all blocking speech. Why can't people be free to say what the fuck they want to? I mean, you can. You can say whatever. This is the thing about America. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, yo. That's the great thing about America. But, with that said, that just stops legal ramifications. That don't stop a motherfucker from saying some shit to you about what the fuck you just said, or doing some shit to you about what the fuck you just said. So I mean, with that said, hey, y'all gotta hold that L. You know, today was a big loss for white supremacy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, and all of that, and even outside of the white supremacist side of the rhetoric, a lot of times, man, it's a whole lot of violent rhetoric coming out of that side, coming out of them people. I remember last time they had that one dude whose name I can't remember, but he ended up holed up in a hotel room crying. I called that dude too, and I left a voicemail for him. And if I still had his number, I called it back. He probably changed it by now.
Yeah, he probably changed that shit.
And then like all these cats, I remember he said, the words he said was, "We are not nonviolent. We will kill one of these people if we have to."
Yeah, I think I know what that was too.
And it's like, now, I'm not saying like I'm looking for that, you know, that type of violence to happen or whatever, what I'm saying. But if I'm judging you off your words, it's like I gotta look at this as a L. Anybody that looks to this and would follow it or whatever like that, you gotta look at the fact that, yo, it's produced 0 victories, bro. Like, it's done nothing positive. It's done nothing good. Even the stuff that they were supposed to do got shut down. They pussied out, if you really want to call it what it is. They pussied out today. And then last time dude was talking all crazy, he ended up in a hotel room crying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, dude, like, this is who y'all want to follow. So at the end of the day, man, I think we came out here and represented integrity and stood up for what we was, you know, what we talking about. And that's a whole lot more than we can say than for what they did today. And so I think that alone should be a big enough reason for everybody, anybody who's looking at them and saying that, well, maybe that's something to believe in or that's something to get behind. They don't even believe in themselves, man. So obviously, it should be a wrap for all that, to me, as far as I'm concerned.
So like, yo, it looked like they trying to tow the DMV. So first thing they did, of course, if you know anything about the DMV, is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So with that said, they've already done Virginia. I call that a dub for real, because motherfuckers didn't take it seriously enough, yo, when they had that little rally up in that bitch for real. They got shut down out, they tried to go out Cali too. I forgot where they were, yo, but yeah, motherfuckers got them coming off the train and got them up out of there. They ain't even get a chance to set up camp. Word. So, I mean, pretty much here, they got a chance to get off the train and shit, and they got a chance to board the bus. They didn't even want to come on foot, remember. They wanted to get on a fucking bus and drive through. They didn't even want to come through DC like they did when they was in Charlottesville, yo. So they wanted to come through on a goddamn bus. That's some bitch shit. So anyway, with that said, these motherfuckers just took the ultimate L. It can be debated whether or not they took an L in Charlottesville. I kind of take that as a, maybe they got a W, maybe they got an L. It really is up to you to decide. But today, they took that goddamn L, and you know what? White supremacy took a loss today.
Big time.
Deal with it, motherfucker.
I got the thug life left.
Thug life, bitch. Deal with it. All right, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out, man. Probably throw the footage up on YouTube pretty soon, and then you know, like, comment, subscribe if you've seen any of the videos and shit. Troy, you want to put your YouTube handle on there too?
Yeah, man. At Troy Brown TV. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me. Instagram too. I throw a little bit of footage up on there as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be talking about this for a while. I'm still digesting the whole thing. So yeah, you know what it is though.
Or y'all know my Twitter is Anthony Lawson 86 on Twitter and shit. You can follow me there. So I'll be putting up more pictures and shit of all the shit that transpired. I'll probably drop another video tomorrow if I got time. Meanwhile, y'all take it easy. Peace.